We welcome all family and friends of the graduates of the Lesley University class of 2018. Leading the procession is a member of the Staff Representative Advisory Council, which represents all staff who make a positive difference in the lives of our students and the quality of their education, followed by the faculty of Lesley University's Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences, who will be entering on the right, and the Graduate School of Education, who will be entering on the left. The faculty will line the aisles for the faculty salute to honor the class of 2018. Would you please stand for the commencement procession? Please welcome Lesley University's graduates of the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences and the Graduate School of Education. Please welcome the stage party, including the Chief Marshal, school deans, faculty leadership and university administrators, the University Board of Trustees, honorary degree recipients, and the university president.
Good morning. The 2018 Lesley University Commencement for graduates from the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences and the Graduate School of Education is now called to order. Please be seated. And it is now my privilege to introduce the chair of the Lesley University Board of Trustees, Hans D. Strauch.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you, the Lesley University class of 2018. Your families and friends, our honorees and dignitaries, and the faculty, administration, and staff, all of you, we welcome. As students graduating from the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences and the Graduate School of Education, many of you have pursued your Lesley degrees while balancing work and family obligations. You are professionals in your fields of human services, the arts, and education, and you are lifelong learners who know the importance and power of education. On behalf of the Lesley University Board of Trustees, I extend congratulations on your academic achievements and best wishes as you begin the next chapter in your life's journey. It is my privilege to welcome the 6th president of Lesley University, His Highness, Jeff A. Weiss.
Hope you all enjoyed the little shindig I threw this morning at 6 a.m. in the UK. Well, welcome everyone. A recent obituary. Yes, I know, an uplifting way to begin a commencement speech. But nonetheless, a recent obituary. She lived a long, vibrant life. She resolved some of the world's deadliest battles, intractable conflicts, and polarizing debates. She catalyzed social change, took on fundamental issues of inequity and injustice, and caused whole societies to examine their beliefs, their actions, and their inaction. She shaped the path for new inventions and for uncovering answers to the thorniest of problems. She traveled the world, transitioning with ease from boardroom to local communities and back again. It was once said there was nothing more powerful than she, and there was nowhere she wasn't welcome. But that was then, and this is now. And now she appears to have left us. She is survived by speeches, demands, claims, accusations, and rhetoric, finger-pointing, positioning, demanding, debating, preaching, and critiquing. They fill the void of her absence, and they masquerade as what our leaders, and way too often each of us, believe are the tools of change. Simply, she is the simple, probing question, the reframe, the act of true curiosity, the point of inquiry that challenges assumptions, causes reflection, and begins the process of diagnosing, redefining, building understanding, collaborating, and creatively solving. She is the question, how do you see this? Or why might this make sense to you? Or what might have led you to this conclusion? When we know, when we are sure, they are perceiving the world, the situation, or the problem, or even us, incorrectly. She is the question, why? Or for what purpose do you need this? When we are inclined to dismiss their request or position or view out of hand, or advocate more strongly for our position or solution. She is the question, how would we know a good answer? By what criteria would we know it was a fair solution when we are tempted to begin a discussion or a negotiation with what we want and what we're prepared to do to the other person if we don't get it? She is the question, what is equally accurate and inaccurate about this view or position, and what might I be assuming or possibly missing here that might be worth challenging or uncovering, asked of ourselves when we seek for things to be either right or wrong, good or bad, perfectly constructed or fatally flawed. She's the question, what do you believe the problem is? And the question, what do you think the possible causes might be? Before we assume we are trying to address the same situation, challenge, or obstacle. And she is the reframe, how might we solve this when we would rather just anchor into our position, insist that there is only one right answer, and operate as if power and persuasion come from advocating more forcefully than others, if not from simply being intractable. She is even the question posed to ourselves or to others, what makes it difficult to talk about this? Or what's keeping us from working together, before we create the self-fulfilling prophecy that clearly they'd never understand me or me them, and certainly they never want to work with me or me them. She, of course, has many forms, many other forms. She is consistently inquisitive. She is open to learning and to persuasion, and one who explores versus attacks, replaces but with and imagines many shades of gray. She changes the very nature of the conversation, and she redefines the purpose of having a conversation. She opens up possibilities. She helps people to listen to and imagine with one another, and she catalyzes innovative thinking. Class of 2018, as you well know, as you epitomize, as you model, we as Lesley strive to develop, equip, and inspire leaders of social change. And there is no doubt that to effect change indeed takes passion and belief and commitment, and most certainly advocacy and real action. And it also takes inquiring, probing, listening, facilitating. It takes real humility, a belief that perhaps we don't know everything or have a lock on the truth, and a desire to listen deeply and to truly learn. It takes moving ourselves and others from today's continuous mode of positioning, accusing, and debating over who is right and who is wrong, and from the pervasive, at least in my mind, zero-sum, win-lose, for one view to be celebrated, another must be torn down or cast aside mentality, to an approach of probing, untested assumptions, reasoning paths behind views and perceptions, and the objectives and fears behind people's stated solutions and demands. Moving to an approach of seeking, developing mutual understanding, and of engaging those with different beliefs in a true side-by-side, joint problem-solving approach. To do this well, I encourage you to keep firmly in mind that courage, the ability to persuade and bring together, and effective leadership all come in the form of an open mind, a genuine curiosity, a probing set of questions, and a desire to truly develop understanding of and with others, especially when working with people with whom you heartily disagree, whom you could not possibly imagine being right, and whom you might be tempted to assume are crazy or ignorant or evil. So looking ahead, whether you lead as a teacher, a counselor, a therapist, an artist, a writer, a scientist, a business owner, a community organizer, or an elected official, to effect real change, fundamental change, sustained social change, will require building bridges, not walls, understanding, not hatred, commonality, not alienation, and acceptance, not rejection. I can assure you of little, but I can assure you of one thing, that the process of successfully developing what seem today like unimaginable solutions, or for that matter, any solutions to today's societal problems, do not start with a declaration. They start with a question. School shootings, trauma, poverty, the destruction of our environment, the erosion of the core of many of our cities and towns, the proliferation of violence and war cannot and will not successfully be addressed through pushing others farther away, dismissing their requests, their views, or their beliefs as ridiculous or wrong, but by uncovering what is true for them and important to them and working with what you discover, not against it. You leave Lesley having gained deep professional knowledge and skills, developed your abilities as thinker, critiquer, and creator, and challenged yourself to grow as a person and as a leader. You will. The faculty, the staff, the trustees, and I know you will do great things. And we know you will make the world a better place. But to do so requires a fundamental change in the nature of dialogue, advocacy, and persuasion that we experience and which we engage all around us. So I implore you to open up your toolbox, your mind and yourself, and add to it the most powerful tool of all, the simple probing question undergirded by a deep desire to discover, learn, and understand. Just imagine what we collectively can achieve when our default mode becomes one of inquiring and co-creating versus debating and dismissing. What we can solve when we imagine that there's almost always more than one, and certainly more than just our, reasonable, legitimate, and sensible belief, perception, or solution. And when we start asking questions that allow us to view a situation or a stance from a different light, that enable us to build new partnerships based on respect of our differences, and that employ this understanding and these very differences to catalyze creativity, problem solving, and collective action. Class of 2018, I challenge you to make the world a better place, one powerful question at a time. Probing, genuinely curious, seeking deep and textured understanding. I challenge you, I implore you to bring back to life this desperately needed, critically important tool of resolving the seemingly untractable and solving the seemingly unimaginable. From my wife, Jerry, and me, our Board of Trustees, our fantastic faculty and staff, and our close to 90,000 alumni, congratulations. I invite Hans Stroke, Chair of the Lesley University Board of Trustees, and Richard Hansen, University Provost, to the podium for the presentation of the Honorary Degrees.
Good morning. Honorary degrees are awarded to individuals who have achieved distinction in their chosen fields and professions. By their example, honorary degree recipients make tangible a set of values we aspire to as an academic community. These individuals are models to us because of their intellectual engagement, professional achievement, and civic commitment. We are honored today to be awarding honorary degrees to educator and researcher in early intervention for literacy and professor emerita in the School of Teaching and Learning at The Ohio State University, Gay Sue Pinnell, and Lesley University MFA in Creative Writing faculty member and New York Times bestseller author Jason Reynolds.
The Lesley University Board of Trustees has authorized the awarding of these honorary degrees to Gay Sue Pinnell and Jason Reynolds in recognition of the outstanding contributions and achievements that have brought these two individuals to this assembly today.
Will Gay Sue Pinnell, honorary degree recipient, and her faculty escort, Assistant Director of Primary Programs, Cynthia Downard, please come forward.
Gay Sue Pinnell. Gay Sue Pinnell, Distinguished Professor Emerita of The Ohio State University. Your life has been dedicated to ensuring that every child grows up literate in a socially just society. As an international giant in the field of literacy education, your groundbreaking research, writing, and teaching have helped millions of children realize the endless possibilities that life holds through the power of knowing how to read and write. As the child of educators, you learned to love reading at an early age, and it seems that you were destined to become a pioneer in literacy education. In 1982, you and your colleagues went to New Zealand to study the work of reading recovery developed by Dr. Mari Clay. Seeing the program's ability to reverse literacy failure in young children, you understood the profound impact it could have for children in the United States. With Dr. Clay and your team of colleagues, you developed the first American training site for reading recovery, which has reached more than 2.3 million children who have struggled to learn to read and write. You then developed the Literacy Collaborative, which took the principles of reading recovery to thousands of classrooms. You have written more than 100 publications, becoming one of the most trusted voices in literacy education. The awards and honors you have received are many, including the prestigious Charles A. Dana Award for Pioneering Achievement in Health and Education, the Albert J. Harris Award from the International Reading Association, which inducted you into the Reading Hall of Fame, and several awards from The Ohio State University, including the Alumni Award for Distinguished Teaching and the Alumni Association's Professional Achievement Award. Your impact continues as you write and you share your expertise, always remaining humble, never losing sight of your will to make the world a better place through literacy. In recognition of your remarkable life's work in service to improving the lives of all through literacy education, Lesley University is proud to confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters, presented in Boston, Massachusetts on the 19th day of May in the year 2018.
Good morning. Great pleasure to be here, as you can see. President Weiss, Provost Hanson, Jean Dillette, Chairman Strauch, and distinguished faculty. Thank you for this great honor and the opportunity to speak for a few minutes today. And my warmest congratulations to those of you who are graduating, 900 of you. This is an unexpected and much appreciated honor, and I will treasure the artifacts and long remember this day. I am mindful today of two of my own mentors and heroes who also received this distinguished honorary degree from Lesley University, Don Holdaway and Mari Clay from New Zealand. I've worked with faculty and students from Lesley University for at least 30 years. But even before that, my educational roots converge with those of yours. Edith Lesley espoused the work of Friedrich Froebel, who actually invented the concept of kindergarten. I didn't study at Froebel Institute in London, but I studied with many people who had and worked in tandem with teachers who received their preparation and graduate training there. What Froebel was about, and what I believe Lesley is about, is joyful, liberating, thinking education. And that is certainly what my good friends on your faculty are all about as they go about their work in Reading Recovery, Literacy Collaborative, and a wide range of creative efforts to expand the quality of life for children. From everything I've learned about Lesley, I conclude that people here see education broadly to include intellectual, social, and aesthetic learning. What people need to prepare for vocational success, yes, but even more important, to live a quality life from the earliest years on. Lesley faculty and students are also interested in and fully support social justice, something my own father talked about on a day-to-day basis in my home. They study it and they fight for it. My own area, as just mentioned, is literacy and language learning. And I've thought all my life about the liberation that comes with literacy learning. Here the issue is clear. There were reasons that it was illegal to teach slaves to read. Even today, the poorest children are the most likely to be taught with a mindless, unthinking curriculum and often don't get to read very well. It's not the mechanical act of decoding words that's so important. They get taught that very well, and it is essential. It's the way the words are strung together to create language that enters the human being's mind, from the earliest listening to a book to the extensive reading I know you all engage in, for learning and also for pleasure. It's power over language. It's the thinking that emerges from deep comprehension of text after text, of talking with others about ideas, and being inspired. As teachers, that's what we do. Now, the world is changing rapidly. Sometimes some of us say, and not for the better. A couple of examples. Brain-machine interface technology is fast-moving. And by the 2030s, we will be able to connect our brains to the internet via nanobots, whatever that is, to provide direct brain-to-brain communication. And virtual reality will be commonplace. Computers can generate music in the style of Bach and can write sonnets. Virtual performers can be created so that we can hear a new Beatles album or jam with Miles Davis. That is a world that makes me feel slightly queasy, but it's the one you live in and teach in. At the same time, we view on our television screens violence that makes us truly ill, and divisions that are seemingly impossible to overcome. We're tempted to say with Yeats that the center cannot hold. Yet, I don't believe that. In fact, I wish I could be here another 5 or 6 decades to see what happens. I'm hopeful, especially when I see so many of you ready to use your prestigious degree to make a difference for children and indeed for people. I have a few words of advice. And I'm not asked for advice very often, so this is my chance with an audience of 900. And I have 5 points. 1, don't try to be perfect. If you're afraid of failure, you will miss the chance to make a difference. You'll miss much of life. Make mistakes. If you have to, make one deliberately, just so you know what it's like. 2, get into the whys of what you do, whatever your role in education. There's this idea that theory is sort of dull, and you just want tips and to be told what to do. And when I was a young teacher, I used to say, just tell me what to do. That's not what we need. I know now the power of understanding the rationales and the theories. The greatest practitioners I have ever known, and I named two of them earlier, were masters of theory. Hold a theory in a tentative way, always open because you're going to be learning more and more and more every year. 3, have lofty dreams, but break up your life into doable segments so you can see your success and the steps along the way. For example, on your list for next week, don't put things like write a book or create a masterpiece or teach all the children to read. Analyze the tasks. Take the first step, then the next, and then the next, and celebrate yourself for doing it. Number 4, maybe this is the most important. Find good companions. Years ago, I read a work of historical fiction titled The Good Companions that I never forgot. I'm sure it's out of print. It was about a straight-laced woman with a very narrow life who inherited a little money and decided to drive across the country. This was maybe the early 1900s. She met up with assorted companions, and they ended up giving theatrical performances. Well, the point of the whole book was that she discovered freedom and fun. Your own work should be exciting and goal-driven, but also fun, with the comfortable confidence that you're with people you can trust and who expect you to grow and who enjoy your company as you enjoy theirs. They're out there. Go look for them. They're important for your own professional learning and for your own professional health. I have been quite fortunate to have Dr. Irene Fountas, a great practitioner, a brilliant theorist, a Lesley faculty member as my co-author, friend, and mentor. And she, along with her colleagues here at Lesley, are truly making a difference with their great work in literacy. And occasionally, they laugh. Not worth living if you can't laugh. And 5, last, never give up. I won't quote Langston Hughes directly, but often his poem about dreams goes through my head. Dreams cannot die, because if they do, they leave an emptiness behind, one that nothing can truly fill. My dream was to make a difference, still is, and I have, but not enough. But I haven't given up, and neither should you. It takes some courage to go into education now, and more courage to stay there. Often we feel unappreciated and disrespected. Don't let that happen. It's noble. It's worthwhile. It's worth giving your life to do. Things may occasionally seem bleak, but this is your time, and those chances will come when you least expect it. I remember Robert Kennedy said, and I do actually remember Robert Kennedy, "It is not too late to see the newer world." It is never too late. Again, congratulations, graduates, and Jason. I look forward to seeing the world you create and the difference you'll make in it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pinnell. Will Jason Reynolds, honorary degree recipient, and his faculty escort, MFA faculty member Susan Goodman, please come forward?
I'm new to this, sorry. Jason Reynolds. Jason Reynolds, is a New York Times best-selling author and I'm quoting here, but it's true, the voice of a generation. You write compelling, compassionate, and timely books that take an unflinching look at gun violence, police brutality, family, loss, and friendship. Because you write characters that young people can relate to, you are inspiring, perhaps otherwise reluctant readers to become the next generation of enthusiastic readers. You have shared that when you were growing up near Washington, D.C., the books your teachers assigned had no connection to your real life, your neighborhood, or your culture. Finally, at 17, you found books that responded to your own life experiences, and you began to pen the kind of prose and poetry with diverse characters and voices that were largely missing from young adult literature. Although it took time for your work to get noticed, you kept writing, and you found your audience with When I Was the Greatest. Since then, you have been prolific, both with your writing and your advocacy, as you strive to, and again I'm quoting, acknowledge the glory and the brokenness that readers recognize from their own experiences. These qualities in your writing have garnered many sorry, guys. This, I have to tell you, this is a list of honors so long that I will be garbling many of them. But I'll try. These qualities in your writing have garnered many honors for you in such a short few years. You received the prestigious Newbery Honor Award, a Kirkus Prize for Young Readers Literature, multiple Coretta Scott King honors, an NAACP Image Award, a Prins Award honor, an Edgar Allan Poe Award for Best Young Adult Mystery, among others. As you are a respected voice in the literary world, the 2017 American Booksellers Association accepted you to be the spokesperson for Indies First, and the American Association of Public Librarians named you its national spokesman for April 2018 School Library Month. Additionally, as a Lesley faculty member, you take time to nurture, guide, and encourage graduate students who want to share their creativity, culture, and vision with their own writing. In recognition of your vast achievements as an author, teacher, and advocate, Lesley University is proud to confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters, given in Boston, Massachusetts, on the 19th day of May in the year 2018.
Y'all should have seen him trying to get this cap on my head. Good morning, everyone. How are you? All right. Greetings, President Weiss, the Provost, the Board of Trustees, members of the Lesley University faculty, proud parents, and above all, graduates. The first thing I'd like to say is obviously thank you. Thank you for inviting me, of all people, to come tell you what you've already been told at multiple commencement ceremonies throughout your academic lives. In elementary school, this was most likely followed by a selection from the chorus, which you were probably a part of, This land is your land, or this little light of mine. And in middle school, perhaps, this same speech began with a squeaky-voiced class president professing, "We made it," and ended with an earnest but pubescent charge of leadership. In high school, there's a good chance this began with your valedictorian also stating, "We made it," then tearing into a borderline roast of certain teachers and administrators with jokes about student superlatives peppered throughout, right? And of course, it too ended, just like the last, with that same charge of leadership. And in undergrad, if you attended the ceremony, I'm willing to bet that the commencement speech opened with a scholar or a celebrity stating, "You know, you made it," followed by some exceptionally intelligent rhetoric, all bending into a narrative arc, landing comfortably on, you guessed it, a charge of leadership. And honestly, all these speeches can be boiled down to a simple cliche. Get out there, spread your wings, change the world. Now, I just want to let you know that's exactly what I'm going to tell you in about 5 minutes. But before I try to inspire you to take on the characteristics of the animals that fly above us, I need to first tell you a story about those that dwell beneath. See, when I was in high school, I had this teacher, Mr. Williams. He was an odd gentleman, dressed in neon Oxford shirts and knitted ties and dingy Nikes. He had an actual bowl cut, which was especially funny given the fact that his hair was porcelain white. He taught a class that he made up called Global Studies that every single senior had to take in order to graduate. Now one day, in the middle of the year, we all filed into class. Mr. Williams trailed us, entering the room last, sneakily sidestepping, holding something behind his back. "I have a surprise for you," he said, dramatically revealing a plastic bag with a tropical fish in it. He held it up and explained that this fish would be our class pet, which none of us were particularly enthused about because we were seniors and therefore deemed ourselves far too old to have a class pet. But Mr. Williams insisted. After putting the fish in a tank, he asked us to name it and feed it every day. There was only one rule, a non-negotiable. We could not, under any circumstance, touch the fish. Mr. Williams warned us that if he caught any student with their hands in that tank, or if our fingers even came close to those Technicolor scales in any way, we would be suspended for 2 days, no questions asked. This didn't really seem like anything worth fighting them on. I mean, think about it. What high school student was going to open his or herself up to the obvious onslaught of jokes that would ensue from handling a fish in the middle of the school day? None. So, no problem, right? Day after day, we'd come to class, we'd feed the fish, and sometimes press our faces up to the glass, watching that rainbow in motion, swimming back and forth and back and forth. And over time, we even settled on a name for it, Confucius. But about a month into Confucius's residency, just after its daily feeding, Mr. Williams casually walked over to the tank and, using a net, removed the fish and set it on the floor. It flipped and it flopped and it flapped, gasping, inflating, deflating, dying in front of us. We gathered around to watch it, mortified, afraid, confused, until finally 2 young ladies shuffled into the circle, scooped Confucius up like a live grenade, and tossed the fish back into the tank. Of course, we were all relieved, including those of us too cool to show that we cared, until Mr. Williams suddenly told those young ladies to pack their bags and to head down to the principal's office. The rules are the rules, he said. And I made it very clear that under no circumstances are you to touch the fish. So unfortunately, you are both suspended. We were all outraged, riddling our teacher with, "Are you serious? And is this some kind of joke?" But Mr. Williams was absolutely serious, and this was definitely not a joke. The young ladies burst into tears, and as they left the class and walked down the hall, Mr. Williams poked his head out the door. "Hey," he called, "pick your heads up. You have no reason to hang them because you, in fact, did the right thing. But sometimes doing the right thing has consequences." As for the rest of us, we then had to sit through the remainder of class wallowing in our guilt and our fear, shifting uncomfortably in our skin. That day with Mr. Williams was the single most important day in my entire academic experience and one of the most transformative moments in my life. It has haunted me ever since. It has affected the way I approach my work, but more importantly, the way I choose to live. Every day is a day of decision making, a day for me to actively decide what I'm willing to sacrifice, what I'm willing to risk, a day for me to continue to parse the difference between irreverence and irresponsibility, a day to continue to assess the insignificance of being told over and over and over again to spread my wings and change the world without ever addressing the fact that not all of us have wings. There are those of us whose wings have been clipped. There are those of us whose wings have been clipped. Those of us who dwell in unknown spaces. Those of us who are beautiful beyond belief, but that sometimes exist in environs too deep and murky to be seen from any stable surface. Those of us from raging waters and crashing waves, beached but trying desperately to breathe, flipping and flopping and flapping, inflating, deflating, dying, only to be met by mortified and confused faces. So the question is, what good is it for me to fly so far above them when they'll only look smaller to me the higher I go? And how exactly And how exactly will my grossly distorted perspective change the world for the better? Is there a way to tether ourselves to one another? Is there a way for all of us to catch the wind? You see, that is the challenge. That's what we must be thinking about in our work, in our art, in our writing, in our research, our activism and advocacy. If not, our degrees will be nothing more than paper-thin pedestals, talismans of ego connected to more blanket rhetoric about change that we will conveniently use to readjust the comfort level of our ill-fitting skin during moments of apathy. See, if you really want to change the world, return to the chorus of your elementary school. But this time, when you sing out, "This land is your land," or "This little light of mine," spread your wings, those broad wings you've been developing, the ones you've been fortunate enough to be reminded of over and over again. Spread them as wide as possible and in every direction, and ask if anyone else could use a feather or two. Maybe then, more of us might also have the moment to say, "We made it." Congratulations. Now let's get to work.
Thank you, Mr. Reynolds, and congratulations to all of our honorees today. Will David Katz, Dean of the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences, approach the podium?
Good morning. It is humbling to follow up Jason's amazing, moving speech. I'll try to do my best. To quote Jason Reynolds, you made it. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences, I extend my warm congratulations to you, our graduates. We pride ourselves on being a school that prepares social change agents. We live in a time that requires us to stand up to hate and discrimination. You are now equipped with the abilities and skills to fight ignorance and inspire change through your expressive art therapy skills, counseling, writing, mindfulness practice, and international education framework. Whether you instill change within an individual's life, a family, a community, a nation, or globally, you are now entrusted with the tools and responsibility to fight for social justice and equality. Your accomplishments of today makes the ones who are close to you very proud. I want to thank those who have supported you on this journey, your family, friends, and loved ones, those who stood by you and who are here to celebrate you today, many of whom have traveled hundreds and even thousands of miles to be here. Thank you. And for the ones who persevered and did it without much support, I want to reassure you that you are not alone, and today join with all the graduates, the family of the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences alumni. Graduates, today is your commencement day, a day of celebration and a day of new beginnings. I wish you a life of continued exploration and joy in your chosen profession. I am pleased to present one of this year's graduates of the Lesley University Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences, Daniel Chin.
Welcome, President Weiss, esteemed guests, Lesley faculty and staff, families, both chosen and biological, and my fellow graduates. My name is Danny Chin, and I'm a member of the International Higher Education and Intercultural Relations Program. I have the honor of speaking today and also being a member of the Lesley program that has the longest name and requires the most explanation. I want to pass on one of the most powerful things I learned while at Lesley. It's from Mark Johnson's Morality for Humans, where he writes, "Self is thus a self in process until the moment you die." A little daunting, right? It came to me during my last semester of coursework at Lesley. Having spent my fair share of semesters reading, writing, and discussing, you can imagine this was maybe not the news I wanted to hear. In process until you die. Any number of other realizations might have felt more satisfying. In the hands of a pessimist, this might be some of the worst news to receive just when you think you've finished. Our work, our very selves, remain unfinished. Completion might always be out of reach. I was fulfilling my second to last requirement, looking forward to time without homework, and here I was finally learning that I was not done, that I might never be done. But I am an optimist. What I gained from this reading, this course, this program, is that we must open ourselves up to this continuous state of being in process. We may have different terminology for it, such as growth mindset, rough draft, evolution, or just change, but no matter what term we use, we underscore the same lesson of striving for more, for continual self-improvement. To engage most deeply in the work that Lesley is preparing us for, whether as educators, writers, counselors, or interculturalists, we must too allow ourselves to be changed by our work, the work, as we so often refer to it, regardless of our field. To practice in our respective fields, assuming ourselves to be the expert, the sage on the stage, or authoritative author, is to set ourselves up for missteps. Lesley has taught us to enter humbly, to reflect, and to advise. We learn alongside those we are supporting so that we may gain important insights, improve our praxis, and do better in our next opportunity and the next one, and so on. To counsel better on day 2 than day 1, to teach better in year 2 than year 1, to write better in draft 2 than draft 1. This lesson of in process is the antidote we may need as the student advising goes awry, the study abroad visa is denied, or the work itself feels daunting. To be in process is to forgive ourselves for our mistakes, knowing that we will work not to make the same ones again, or in fact, that we may make those exact same mistakes again, and we will instead work to fail better and less often. By giving ourselves room to grow and learn further beyond these courses, classrooms, and degrees, we are honoring some of the core teachings that are at the undercurrent of any Lesley education. I offer this advice of being in process to those in the audience too, who may have asked themselves, am I all finished, growing and learning and changing? I hate to break it to you, but we are all in process, forever. But again, I see this optimistically. We all have license to try something new, to continue learning, to keep exploring. Surely we can appreciate accomplishments. I'm definitely happy to be here and finished, after all. But there is danger in too much comfort and complacency. I also caution that to be open this way does allow for uncertainty, doubt, and possibly even some pain. But to be in process assures us that those states are also impermanent and part of being unfinished. So I offer not a period or definitive end, but an ellipsis. May we go into our respective fields, bolstered by our time and learning at Lesley, ready to enact change, and in turn, be changed ourselves. Today marks not the end of our learning, because there is no end to learning. Instead, let us celebrate being in process together. Thank you.
Will Jack Gillette, Dean of the Graduate School of Education, please approach the podium?
It is an honor and a privilege on behalf of the faculty and staff to welcome you to the graduation ceremonies of the Graduate School of Education, conferring degrees on those becoming teachers, those deepening their craft, those entering our doctoral community. It goes without saying that this is no ordinary time for public education and the profession of teaching. We face extraordinary challenges as educators and as participants in the democratic process. A license to teach is in essence a promise that you will support the learning of every student in your care, no matter what their material circumstances, no matter how they process information, even in an unsupportive school culture, even in an unsupportive civic culture. It is on you, more than ever, the responsibility for our young people. It's an awesome responsibility. But it's also an awesome opportunity. An opportunity to teach the essentials of a civic society, to teach tolerance, to teach peace, to teach the ability to discern false promises from real solutions, to teach every one of your students how important they are and how important their voice is in our larger society. Know that you're not alone. On your side are Lesley graduates modeling how to persist and thrive, They are potential mentors, problem solvers, skilled in finding ways, sometimes working against the bureaucracy, sometimes finding ways to redesign learning experiences that make them robust and challenging. You'll stumble, but there are people to get you back up. Stay in touch, reach out. We're here to help you. And to the families and friends that have supported you, we give you thanks. Teachers are essential for our society, but no teacher is made without an extended network. And finally, to graduates, thank you for putting your trust in us, for putting our trust in getting you ready to educate our children, and for believing in the power of education to make a more just society. Thank you. Good luck. I now have the pleasure of introducing the Graduate School of Education's student speaker, Christopher Strickland.
I'm fighting a cold, so I'm going to try to speak loud and slow. Good morning, President Weiss, Board of Trustees, Provost Hanson, Dean Gillette, Lesley faculty and staff, family, friends, and of course, graduates. It is an honor to be here speaking on your behalf, especially since this ceremony makes me a double alum of Lesley University. 10 years ago, I marched across this stage and earned my master's in education degree. Since then, I've been using the knowledge and skills that I acquired from the Integrated Teaching Through the Arts program to enhance my teaching and learning practice. A few years ago, I felt the calling to come back to Lesley because I was inspired and had a transformational experience. And when you have someone like Jason Reynolds up here teaching us, you can see why I came back to Lesley to want to earn my doctorate degree. Being here now with you all, it reminds me of the proverb, "A longing fulfilled is sweet to the soul." Through the course of all of our academic journeys, many sacrifices have been made to get to where we are. Each of us have unique stories that attest to all the different paths that we have taken to get to this moment in time. In ceremonies like this, there's usually a lot of talk about perseverance, grit, determination, hard work, all of which are true. However, there's another hallmark to teaching and learning and the academic journey, and that is gratitude. In this day and time, given our current culture and the context that we all experience, the power of gratitude cannot be underestimated or overemphasized. Author Melody Beattie wrote, "Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, and it can turn a stranger into a friend." Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Take a look around you right now and feel our collective energy and excitement on this joyous occasion. It is a gift that we have been given to holistically examine ourselves, to engage in academic scholarship, and today of all days, to celebrate each of our successes and accomplishments. Graduates, please join me in congratulating those around you. And please help me by joining your voices on the count of 3 to say thank you. Thank you to Lesley University, our professors, our mentors, our parents, our family, our friends, because it is for their love and their support and encouragement and guidance that has allowed us to flourish and be here today. So graduates, on the count of 3, please join me to say thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Ooh, that's awesome. As we transition into new phases of our personal and professional lives, Let us remember that gratitude is key to navigating those experiences and appreciating all that we have in our world. I end this address with a call to action, with a profound call to action immortalized by the words of the late President John F. Kennedy. To express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Congratulations to the 2018 graduates. May you continue to live creative and purposeful lives with gratitude. This is your time. Great. Thank you.
Julie, there you are. Making sure I knew where you were. It's my pleasure to introduce a friend, a devoted alumni of Lesley University, the Alumni Council President, Julie Farnum, a member of the proud class of 2005, to speak on behalf of the Lesley University Association. Thank you, Julie.
Good morning, everyone. As president of the Alumni Association, I'd like to congratulate you on your graduation. Know that when you leave here and in this new chapter of your life, you will always be part of the Lesley family. We live in tumultuous times, and as new graduates going out into the world, you have the opportunity to drive change and affect positive outcomes, and the education you received here at Lesley has helped to set you on this path. Graduates of Lesley University have always served as leaders in their fields and in their communities. We may not always receive the notoriety and recognition that others receive, but the work that Lesley graduates do is of immense importance. We are quietly, steadily, and persistently moving the world forward. We are inspiring others, teaching the next generation, and making the world safer. Today, you join nearly 90,000 others who have graduated from Lesley. Members of this Alumni Association represent a boundless network of leaders, experts, and innovators. The Alumni Association nurtures lifelong relationships between the university and all its graduates throughout the world. We invite you to become an active member of this vibrant community. Congratulations on your outstanding academic achievement, and welcome to the Lesley University Alumni Association.
Okay, it's that time. We will now recognize the candidates for degrees from the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences. Will Dean David Katz please approach the podium to present the candidates for degrees from the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences.
Chair Stroud, President Weiss, I have the honor to present to you these candidates for degrees from the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences. Through their passion and commitment, these candidates have honed skills to become leaders in their communities and around the world. As talented therapists and practitioners, inspirational writers, international higher education and intercultural relations specialists, mindfulness practitioners, and creative lifelong learners dedicated to reinforcing the relationship between the person and the local, national, and global community. These candidates have these festivities today ready to continue the Lesley legacy. Will the candidates for the dual degrees of bachelor's and master's please come forward?
Adair O'Connor. I'm ready for Jeff to give me this one. Ready? Are you ready?
Yes. You can proceed.
Micah Adair O'Connor. Laura O'Brien. Isabel S. Lawrence. Destiny J. Conan. Kaylee Holker Yoshanko Grenier. Charlene Flynn.
Will the candidates for the master's degree and the candidates for the certificate of advanced graduate study please come forward?
There we go.
Who goes first, me or Mary? It's us. Linda A. Aaron Sheehan. Lauren Epstein Rubin.
Carly A. Taylor.
Cynthia D. Trone.
Nicole Elise Youngworth.
Allison Graham.
Roberta Kovner.
Yasmin Yamato Eisler.
Jeremy R. Anderson.
Jennifer Zahler.
Sharifa Almuhesh.
Marietta Momus. Andrew S. Dobson.
Brittany M. Venn.
Emily A. Smith.
Christina Schinder.
Jean Carol Thomas.
Jill D. Cephalo.
Melissa M. Fish.
Audrey J. Strong.
Jennifer Lee Pellinger-Laurie.
Is it Adriana or Adriana? Adriana N. D'Agostino.
Jody Grimm.
Ross William Stiles.
Katrina Reyes.
Heidi K. Roush.
Louis J. Arcudi IV.
Kayla E. Potter.
Sarah Elizabeth Hagedorn.
Marvin Casasola.
Catherine E. Ferlisi.
Michelle L. Morrison.
Elizabeth A. L'Esperance.
Chelsea M. Mooney.
Arden R. Wainwright.
Risa Michelle Velasquez Bonet.
Shannon N. Binford.
Andrea or Andrea? Andrea Wiley.
Katerina Maroney.
Brianna Seacard.
Kelly Cahalan.
Precious E. Lopez.
Jill Laquadera.
Winnie S. Lynn.
Ryan Lisman.
Amy Gwen Levin.
Hannah Lee Reclam.
Victoria M. Amaral.
Shannon Culligan.
Kelly Fig Smith.
Shabria Latae Alston.
Ella Alkavich.
Mary Louise Purvis.
Niall Karsh.
Kimberly Kidders Montoya.
Caitlin Truesdale Dick.
Fabiola Valdivia.
Diane L. Griffin.
Devin M. Vitri.
Rex C. Arasmith.
Melanie Renee Paulick.
Virginia Ryan Hake.
Emily A. Schwartz.
Sarah Rochelle Parisi.
Natalie Doyle.
Bridget Wydell.
Kelly J. Reed.
Casey Mullen.
Anna D. Mileman.
Gina R. Johnson.
Heather Holloway.
Ashley A. Williams. Casman S. Williams.
Jessica Nora Cohn.
Leah Jane Dittman.
Michelle Gillette.
Stephanie L. Dean.
Mariah Ellen.
Catherine R. McPhillips.
Molly Mattison.
Madeline Morin.
Lisa Sullivan Jason.
Ashley Farrar.
Elizabeth Jazorski.
Jessica A. Downey.
Paul Battles.
Brittany T. Murphy.
Mehdi R. Alfie.
Kristen L. Siciliano.
Selena E. Coburn.
Paige Redmond.
Claude Michelle Auberg.
William Jamara.
Nicole M. Kremninsky.
Margaret Eastman Smith.
Samantha W.
Mark E. Ballard.
Lindsay N. Hewitt.
Joseph Palauskas.
Joy Christine Stock.
Miles G. Kennedy.
Sarah T. Wilkie.
Rima M. Bonnie Abowski.
Natalia Torres del Valle.
Suad Ali Al-Sufiani.
Evelina D. Fisher.
Alia, excuse me. Alia Alvira.
Carol Olive Hudson.
Christine T. Shaw.
Victoria Ann Mancini.
Richard R. Montes.
Leanne C. Dempsey.
Katharina Del Gradia.
Sarah E. Hansen.
Aaron T. Keeney.
Kendall Hansen.
Emily L. J. Ellis.
Alex M. Stansfield.
Catherine E. Jordan.
Tatiana Bush.
Alyssa M. Wood.
Jackie Lee Black.
Jocelyn Acosta Toledo.
Danielle Jane Ferrin.
Kate Solo.
Jessica Q. McTavish.
Kara M. Rodecker.
Kimberly A. Nelson.
Lucy K. Williams.
Lauren Conway Eng.
Amanda J. Hoyle.
Rachel A. Folks.
Sharon L. Fortier O'Day.
Victoria S. Taylor.
Bohong Jean.
Daniel J. Chin.
No, what is it? Sherry Coulard.
Matthew E. L.
Leanna K. Vanderwater.
Kevin Merrigan.
Maisha D. Morel.
Vanessa Chelsea.
Eric K. Percher.
Megan C. White.
Patricia R. Litwin.
Cindy Ryan.
Kiana Marie Robinson.
Jessica J. Visconti.
Christina D. Cazot.
Julie M. Salvato.
Felicia S. Robinson.
Brittany Haley Neeb.
Kelly Catherine Briggs.
Nathan S. Blake.
Scott Anderson.
Andrea E. Thomas.
Christina A. Ogunti.
Brooke L. Racine.
Ashley T. Sarvis.
Jessica M. McLean.
Michelle Carini.
Anna J. Cart.
Amy L. Christensen.
Nicole E. Mount. Catherine Ronnie Lazar.
Amanda Alana Page.
Corinne Jeffrion.
Joel Michael Berger.
Allison N. Dukes.
Joshua A. Chatterpika.
Jane Paley.
Sebastian Pusis.
Stacia Boyton.
Caitlin Loud.
Kelia Bergen.
Elizabeth Labak.
Kathleen Rose Gannon.
Julianne Borelli.
Betsy W. Katz.
Gabriella Shamemni.
Amanda Moffett.
Maria L. Basta.
Katrina R. Guitar.
Rebecca Carney.
Mallory Barnes.
Jennifer Huber.
Danger.
Ida K. Parker.
Amanda L. Bravo.
Amy Harward.
Jessica R. Sturr.
Azrael Andrews.
Megan G. Fitzpatrick.
Amy R. Leak.
Laura I. Remillard.
Mandy Lewis.
Courtney Chow.
Jack Girardi.
Megan Elizabeth Cleary.
Danielle C. Denmott.
Shade Alfred.
Stacy Y. Jenkins.
Leora Novick. Caitlin E. Goggin. Karen Alejandra Salazar. Stephanie Soler Martinez.
Will Dean Jack Gillette please come forward to present the candidates for degrees from the Lesley University Graduate School of Education.
Chair Strzok, President Weiss, I have the honor to present to you those graduates with degrees from the Graduate School of Education. They join thousands of educators across the globe who serve the evolving needs of a diverse society with compassion and forethought. These graduates, by virtue of their profession as educators, are connected in a special way to the founding educational mission of Lesley 100 years ago today. And they join all Lesley graduates in their efforts to extend equity, quality, and justice and equal educational opportunity for all members of society. Will the candidates for the master's degree in education, the education specialist, and the certificate of advanced graduate study please come forward?
Nice to meet you.
We go first or the back? Jennifer R. Gargan.
Michelle Hardenberg.
Robin P. Garziano.
Victoria E. Binns.
Marcus Jones.
Christine McCarthy. Thank you.
Maisha R. Lague.
Rebecca Cloyd. Amanda Carol Roberto.
Abir Abdulaziz Ali.
Allison A. Kennedy.
Cher M. Gervais.
Melissa Gallo.
Abigail Mingle.
Lauren Z. Morse.
Jacqueline Andrea Murphy.
Vern Celestine Poku.
Timothy Andrew Mellon.
Elizabeth M. Jansen.
Shane Carrera.
Ryan Michael McGowan.
Stephen M. Johnson.
Virginia Francois.
Jamie Belanowski.
Carly M. Levinson.
Sarah A. Chadbourne.
Molly Coyne Gillespie and Company.
Susan Livingstone Albrigo.
Santara Sen.
Amy J. McKenna.
Stephanie L. Crawford.
Sarah Wiley.
Elena Gabriela Choice Drawson.
Aaron Mitchum.
Thomas C. Nickerson.
Alyssa M. Palange.
Margaret Fisher.
Teresa M. Kafalis.
Andre Ina.
Amanda K. Paloyan.
Leah Swinson.
Jocelyn Rodriguez.
Sophia Caroline Snowden Crafts.
Roy L. Gabrielson.
Jacqueline Ford.
Sheila Darcy O'Brien.
Alexandra S. Pritharis.
Aya Lovedall Green.
Alicia Carlane Flores.
Talia Lee Frizzy.
Margaret Richardson.
Nicole Berner.
Amanda Wiley.
Arne E. Martin.
Jennifer Schleiflein.
Kimberly A. Boudreau.
Courtney Halley.
Kimberly S. Thompson.
Leah Zaharoff.
Sophia Whitman Hausner.
Francesca Vitali.
John R. DeMeo.
Caitlin M. Seaver.
Kerry J. Doble.
Kunjan Anjaria.
Ann M. Reardon.
Crystal Akala.
Hallie Elizabeth Oberg.
Colin Perry.
Dina L. DeChico.
Honora E. Tinty.
Kristen Michelle Downey.
Tia Looker.
Madison K. Stanton.
Christina D. Wojnar.
Melanie Wheeler.
Jill Elizabeth Carneglia.
Margaret Williams.
Jillian Des.
Catherine Sheridan Stiefel.
Alyssa Campbell DeGeorge.
Sarah D. Ryan.
Janai Mungals.
Bridget McAnulty.
Kelsey E. Frost.
Cassandra M. McGill.
Jen Galewski. Catherine Jen Galewski.
Cache Grant Woods.
Valeria Anastasia Mendoza Gillian.
Brianna M. Jones.
Bianca Oberg.
Candace Campbell.
Pearl Kerber.
Jennifer Ramos.
Rebecca Harrow.
Brenda Eleanor Charles.
Chelsea Ruscio.
Caitlin M. Concanon.
Alicia Chalita.
Lauren M. Adams.
Amelia Rose Mitterberg.
Danielle R. Smith.
Michelle Swallow.
Elizabeth F. Schultz.
Lucy Teresa Pendergast.
Laura Carahalis.
Hey.
Amanda R. Severe.
Rachel Katz.
Rebecca Derwent Hamilton.
Amy L. Lewin.
Vanessa Lee Hassett.
Laurie E. Foley.
Donna Wersbowski.
Phoebe Evelyn Tamanen.
Caitlin Kavanaugh.
Bria Pichette.
Demi Nigro.
Yamel Marie Riss Kaiser.
Erica M. Combo.
Amanda Lee Miller.
Brendan Humphreys Deek.
Jeffrey M. Gagnon.
Brian A. Johnson.
April M. Luna.
Jessica P. Manchester.
Amy Bailey Blau.
Katrina L. Hines.
Corey C. Bear.
Lauren Virginia Renzi.
Nancy Bachman Straightfield.
Caitlin Claire Feeney.
Amy Meyer.
Anne Marie Savello.
Brett R. Torres.
Stephanie Robinson.
Leah Howe.
Miriam Ben-Ur.
Samantha F. Botaro.
Paige Keady.
Jacqueline Gordon.
Aaron B. Wilson.
Ashley M. Mello.
Sarah F. Lipworth.
Megan E. Richards.
Emily S. Reichenbach.
Melissa Maimone.
Michael D. Kelly.
Jacqueline M. Tra.
Christian L. Lorenzen.
Paul B. Nichols.
Jared Grimm.
Kira Ramery.
Jeff So.
Caitlin E. Del Greco.
Megan N. Porter.
Casey P. Maloney.
M. Bowler.
Deanna Gommond.
Kristen Zimuda.
Shannon K. Iverna.
Nicole Thibodeau Cerna.
Anna Camille Story.
Alyssa Ann Sullivan.
Julina Nocera.
Yuna Bilal.
Rebecca E. A. Liebal.
Carla Alfaro.
Alexis Brelo.
Michelle N. Delias.
Alana Margolis Russell.
Kathleen M. Powers.
Julia R. Ryan.
Catherine Brinkerhoff.
Jessica L. Ford.
Sarah McNulty.
Nikki J. Ortiz Tataka.
Erin Michaela Kihu.
Megan J. McGee.
Shannon E. Callahan.
Laura Goldstein.
Shannon L. Tobin.
Kerry Gallagher.
Kelly Celine Ridley.
Megan Flanagan.
Stephanie Coughlin Kaplis.
Pamela Ferraro.
Monica Diate.
Natalie Dreyer.
Nahal F. Bukhari.
Marie Suzanne Donahue.
Iris Valls Mahigan.
Heather DeLucia.
Joyce Macrina.
Kimberly Knowlton.
Tracy L. Gowell.
Zylene Graves.
Carrie L. Paiva.
Jennifer Ann Connor.
Brenda Jean Byrne.
Alessia Viscomi.
Noor N. Alghanem.
Sarah Ann Krebs Caparata.
Caitlin Early.
Kristen L. Solon.
Christiane Robinson.
Cynthia De Jesus.
Cassandra Rittenberg Beat.
Alicia Kolofson.
Taylor Piccarello.
Sadie Applegate.
Wallace Journey.
Mitch Evans.
Lily C. Barrows.
Jamie Schwartz LeBlanc.
Lindsay Rose McDonald.
Andrea Jane Mulcairn.
Victoria Rose Murata.
Jessica Michelle Goldman.
Lindsay Michelle St. Louis.
Rachel L. Burton.
Meryl Ann Churkin.
Elisa A. Anderson.
Blythe Sharp Bruger.
Julia S. Michaud. Teresa R. Johnson. Molly M. Trainer. Allison M. Rimkunas. Jezebel Salas. Aileen Bridget O'Connor. Melissa McLaughlin. Misael Ramos. Emily Barrett. Michelle Pell. Christina Gaynor. Melissa R. Quimby. Darcy Michelle Sullivan. Amanda Marie McBride. Chelsea Falco. Sarah Robbins. Ann Chambers Collins. Griffin K. Rigel. Janelle Colling. Stephanie Erin Cook. Elizabeth A. Condon.
We now present diplomas to the PhD candidates to recognize the highest degree awarded by the university. Will the candidates for doctoral degrees from the Graduate School of Arts and Social Sciences please come forward?
Dr. Rachel K. Brandoff. Dr. Melanie Robin Johnson. Dr. Ji Hyun Lee. You go, girl. Dr. Zelda Lockhart. Dr. Hillary B. Rubison. Dr. Dan Summer. Dr. Hadass V. Weisberg. Dr. Dana A. Weiss.
Will the for doctoral degrees from the Graduate School of Education please come forward?
Thank you.
Giuseppe Formato. Timothy Daniel Frazier. Matthew E. Henry. Julia May Herdina. Lorette M. McWilliams. Pinto Paul. Franklin D. Rothwell II. Deborah A. Smith Arnoose. Diane Locatelli Stevens. J. Sylvia. Christopher M. Strickland.
I ask that all guests remain in their seats following the conferral of the degrees so that the platform party, our faculty, and our new graduates will have an opportunity to recess. Will all candidates for the degrees please rise? Mr. President, I certify that all these students have fully complied with the regulations prescribed by our faculty, and that they have, by examination or performance, demonstrated thoroughness of their work. On behalf of the faculty, I present these candidates to you so that these degrees may be granted. Thank you.
Today, Lesley University awards a total of 1,468 degrees. We wish for each of you satisfaction, strength, and resolve that comes from such achievement. All of you join the rich legacy of Lesley alumni who bring to the workplace and the world compassion, competence, dedication, and a commitment to strengthening the human condition. And so, by the authority granted to me by the Lesley University Board of Trustees and with the approval of the Lesley University faculty, I award to each of you your respective degree with all the rights, privileges, opportunities, and responsibilities they offer you as educated citizens of the global community. Congratulations.
Thank you.